Summer is coming, and that means we have a haul of summer shoes to resell on Poshmark and eBay. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Danica and I'm a part-time reseller based in Calgary, Alberta. I sell on Poshmark Canada as well as Poshmark US, and also cross-list to eBay, although I'm kind of slacking with that. And today's video is a shoe haul. Okay, so I have 6 pairs of shoes that I sourced the other day at Value Village. I literally just had a talk with myself recently about not sourcing any more shoes because they take up the most space and I don't really have room for that many shoes in my Poshmark room. I'm trying to like tidy things up and keep things neat and like have less stuff in there. And the only things that were worth reselling when I went through Value Village was just these 6 pairs of shoes. So I'm going to show you each pair and tell you a little bit about them, go over comps for each pair and how much I'm hoping to make, obviously. And yeah, let's get into it. So I have notes over here. If you see me looking over at my computer, that's what I'm looking at. So the first pair here is this pair of Seychelles slides. So this is them. These are a size 9, I believe. Size 9. And these are called the, hold on. Okay, so these are a size 9 and they're actually called the Seychelles Light-Hearted Slide. What I learned while I was doing research for this video, I knew that Seychelles was an Anthro brand. I did not realize that it's also a Revolve brand. There's my smoothie. I did not realize that it's also a Revolve brand, so that's good. This style specifically, I don't know if I would have grabbed to resell in general, but they are my size, so I am going to wear these. I'm gonna list them and then wear them until they sell. Comps for this brand are never really that high, honestly, but comps for this style are about $30. Again, they don't really fit with my reselling strategy, being like wanting to increase my average sales price, but I thought I would get some use from them until they sell. And also I'm just like a sucker for Anthro brands, which I need to like really rein that in. The second pair of shoes I wanted to show you is this pair of Naturalizer block heels. Okay, these are also my size. They're a size 9, and so I just got these for me for work. I'm going to wear them around for a couple days and see if I like them. I didn't really pay up for them, but with our like super strict uniform standards at work, like there's only, even these are kind of iffy because it's got the silver back here. But it's really strict with what kinds of shoes and boots that we're allowed to wear with our uniform. So when I find a pair in the wild in my size and that's like pretty much uniform compliant, I will pretty much buy them, because if one of my pairs of heels like wears out or whatever, I like to have a pair already that I can bring to work and not have to worry about finding shoes and buying them retail, because regular like plain black leather pumps are expensive. Okay, so they do retail for about $160, and the comps on that like similar style is about $55 on the high end. So obviously if I was going to resell them, I would be hoping to get somewhere in that high end. Okay, the next pair here is this pair of Birkenstock Arizona double strapped oiled leather sandals. Those are a size 38. I'm pretty sure they do kind of fit me. I tried them on, they fit okay, but I already have a pair of Birkenstocks that I thrifted for myself for this summer, so I'm not like really looking to keep this pair. I will for sure list them. They do retail for about $140, but I do want you to keep your eye out too, because there's 2 main styles, I would say in my opinion, of Birkenstock Arizonas. There's those, and then there's also the Birkenstock Arizona big buckle that was on Free People, I think, and those actually retail for $210 and definitely resell much higher and quicker, I would say, than these. just because they're like the trendy sandal. It is definitely a more saturated style, I would say. There's a lot of Birkenstock Arizonas on Poshmark. I'm really hoping to stand out with having a pair that's in very, very good condition and taking really good pictures, and they're a good size. Like, they're a good mid size, I would say. So comps for this similar style and condition was about $80, so I'm really happy with that. The next pair of shoes I wanted to show you, or that I got, is this pair of Lower East Side like 2000s vintage chunky square toe loafer, heeled loafer. These are like super trendy. Like, these were so in the early 2000s, I would say, and I didn't pay up for them, which is good. And these are a size 7.5, I believe. Yeah, 7.5. So that's awesome. When I was looking for comps, I actually found the exact same pair, which is amazing. So yeah, I just bought those like purely on style. Lower East Side is like not something I would really be looking for specifically when I'm sourcing, but sometimes the brand doesn't matter as much as the style. And so in this circumstance, I just like, they're in really good condition. I also wanted to show you, actually, I made sure they are dirty, but there's no peeling. This like faux leather stuff tends to peel up a lot. So that is something I look for when I'm sourcing faux leather, like vintage shoes. I just make sure there's no peeling whatsoever on the shoe. And those are in really good condition. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, got those purely on style, and hopefully they sell quickly. The comps that I saw were about $42 for that pair, that exact pair. I'm hoping I could get like a little bit more, obviously, always hoping for like a little bit more, but $42, I would still be really happy with that for those. Okay, we're down to the last two. These are, I love me some Flies, okay? Fly London is one of my very favorite brands to buy to resell, and I got these because they're actually my size. So I'm gonna try them on and see how I like them. They just look super cozy. They're like this gold leaf gladiator wedge sandal situation, and they're in really good condition. Like the bottoms, like they've definitely been worn a couple times, but just barely. And yeah, they just like lace up the top. I love that style. Yeah, Fly London always does really well for me. As long as it's in good condition, it'll sell pretty quickly for me. I did pay up a little bit for them, but I'm confident that they're gonna flip really fast for me and for a good amount. Retail for Fly London is about $250 for a similar style. And the comps on this kind of style was $40 to $60. It was kind of all over the place between there, and I didn't check each listing to see if some of them had maybe more wear or anything like that, or which sizes they were. So obviously I'm gonna hope for higher. Honestly, I feel like I can sell Fly London for like $70, $80. So we'll see when I'm listing it, how I'm feeling and where we list. But even $60, $70, I would be really happy with that. Now, the last pair I wanted to show you, we'll be chatting about these for a little bit, okay? So I have been looking for a pair of like regular, like low top, white leather sneakers, just like kind of on the side. I've just been looking when I thrift if I can find myself a pair of like Vejas sneakers, or like, what's that brand called? I wrote it down. P448, like anything like that. I was looking at like Marshalls and TJ Maxx and stuff like that, and I've tried them on and I like them, but they're just so expensive. And so then I like saw these and I'm like, this kind of looks like the style I'm looking for, and they're leather. And so I picked them up, and they're actually a brand called Axel Arigato. So I looked them up, and I just have like a little bit of research that I wanted to share with you guys. I think it's always really good to keep learning about BOLO brands and to keep like in the loop when it comes to different things to look for. So when it comes to this shoe specifically, what drew me to it was that it was like kind of a plain white shoe. That's definitely still on trend, and I could tell it had like little details. So like even the writing on there and the different like laces, and it's like pink here, and they're just like in pretty good condition. Even on the bottom, they're like, I'll clean them up pretty good. I tried them on and they're like a little tight, but we'll see. I'll like have to try them on again and see if I can make it work or not. I'm not someone who like really forces to make shoes work, because that's how you get blisters, and I blister really easily. So anyway, I can't find the size on these, but I'm probably just looking in the wrong place. So Axel Arigato, these are the notes that I have on this brand. Okay, so oh yeah, I was gonna add a screen recording of me googling this brand, and then I realized that you could see my search history, and I was like, that is just way too embarrassing, and you don't need to see this. Obviously I thought it was a Japanese brand because of the name Arigato, obviously, but this brand is actually founded in Sweden, and it was founded by two people who just like love sneakers. I think it said that they like met at a party and they were introduced because of their common or like mutual love for sneakers, and then they decided to design their own. There's a typo in here. They grew quickly through digital marketing and social media, and in the early days they were also worn by the Hadids and by Hailey Bieber, and they were like seen on Instagram and stuff on those models, and so the brand just continued to grow. They do have an in-brand exchange program, so I was a little surprised to see these at the thrift store, but honestly in-brand exchange programs are usually like kind of complicated to use. I know a few brands have them, and I think people just don't really bother with them most of the time because it's like not really worth your time most of the time. They release one new style a week is what the article said. So once a week they will release a new style. It's not like every season they release like 12 different styles, and in that way they can actually have the customers give feedback, and they will listen to that customer feedback when it comes to their designs. And they're like not limited release, but that's kind of like their way of not overproducing. They are also like a sustainable company where the leather that they use is only byproduct of the meat industry. So there's no leather being used that's like only being raised for leather and like is the rest of the animals being wasted. They are using a byproduct of a different industry, making it like more sustainable in a way. They also use recycled polyester and organic cotton. Although they are a Swedish company, they are predominantly manufactured in Portugal. So that is what I learned about this brand. Definitely something I would keep an eye out for. I think it's one of those like understated luxury brands. Something I think it's like almost like a brand like Goyard, where not a lot of people actually know the brand, but the people who do know it, and there's something just even an extra step of luxury when it comes to that, because no one knows how expensive the shoes you're wearing are except for you, because that's not the point of why you're wearing them, you know what I mean? Although logomania is like huge right now with like we're seeing the monograms coming back and all that kind of stuff, that's definitely a big trend, but this to me is like even more luxurious because someone who knows the brand will appreciate it, but most anyone wouldn't. Like I would have never seen someone on the street wearing these and been like, oh my god, those are some expensive shoes they're wearing. Okay, so the retail on these is approximately $285 US, so about $385 Canadian. So it's not like it is a crazy amount of shoes. It is a crazy amount of shoes in my opinion. I would never buy that retail, but it's not like an insane amount. The resale value that I saw was approximately $100. So it depends on the condition, of course. The toes are like a little bit creased, but not too bad, and like they'll clean up really well. So I'm feeling pretty good about these, and yeah, so we'll see. I'll try them on again and kind of walk around and see if I can make it work, because the leather does stretch, but like I don't want my foot to be like stuck in there and hurt. So that is everything. The total spent on the 6 pairs of shoes was $74, and so that is $12.33 per pair. So I'm really happy with that cost of goods. The total comps was about $375 in total, which means my average sales price per pair is about $62. So I'm happy with that. There's like maybe one pair that I'm keeping, but we'll see if those work for me. If not, then I'll sell them. And if I don't end up selling them, then yeah, my average sales will like be less. But yeah, so that is all that I have to say about the shoes that I sourced the other day. I'm excited to get these listed. I love photographing and selling shoes. I wish I had more space for them, but I don't. So with that, I will let you go. Let me know what your favorite pair is that I picked up. If you like selling shoes, if you don't, I know a lot of people don't because cleaning shoes is like not the best, but I do try to pick up pairs that like need minimal cleaning, minimal whatever. That reminds me, I'm also needing to make a video on how I clean shoes because I have like a few tips and tricks and I think they would be helpful. But other than that, I will let you go and I will see you next time. Bye!